All right. Is it on? Is it on? I think it is. All right. Howdy do. Hi, Anita. Give me my card. I had some questions I wanted to do and didn't want to record videos, so here I is. So here I is. How's everyone? Hopefully you're good. You're okay. Well, it's raining in like 10 degrees, so I figured let's not walk in the rain. I actually just got back from the bookstore, of all places. Hi, Nikki. So that was fun. It's called Powell's Bookstore here. And it's a very important place to the community for, I believe the community chipped in to save it during the pandemic. So there's that. It's 4 floors. 4. Just books. Whatever you think you might want to be interested in, they got it. It's streets above Barnes and Noble, I think. I'm not a book connoisseur, so don't take my word for it, but I enjoyed being in there, I will say. And naturally, I got myself a tarot deck. They had 1,000 of them, so it was interesting. Yes, you can. Definitely can. We were looking for books about the universe and Earth and science, and so yeah, it took a minute. You can get lost. Definitely. You got everything. Yes, you would. It was nice in there, though. So I got myself a tarot deck and got my niece a bunch of science books about the universe and Earth, all that good stuff. So there's that. Okay, so I had questions. I had a bunch of questions, but we won't do them all today. I just wanted to do it this way instead of recording, because there's 27 questions. I really didn't feel like recording 27 videos, so I'll just do like 6 or 10 of them here, and then we'll do 10 on another day, and then maybe I'll record the rest. I don't know. They're not time sensitive, I don't believe, so let's see. I'm going to start with the alligator catfish, though. You heard me right. Alligator catfish. That's the first thing, and then we'll ease into politics. How about that? Where's my phone? I had a little story about that, but anyway, what they have done is they have bred or mixed or infused the DNA of an alligator with that of a catfish. It's basically a science experiment. They are using the DNA to remove disease and conditions thereof from the catfish. And they hopes also that this in particular catfish will be sold for human consumption too. I don't eat fish, so y'all go ahead. So I just want to know, is this going to work out? Whoa, they're all come flying out. Is this going to work out the way they want it to? I don't really know what the end game is here. They didn't say anything, though, about this being a procedure for humans or anything. Although they said the 5th person has been cured of HIV. 5th case in the world. So anyway, catfish and alligators. They are infusing the catfish with the DNA of an alligator to remove the disease. And it has been working. So I just want to know, is this going to continue to work out the way they wanted to, or should we be concerned? I just want to know. Again, we're easing into the ugly here. The 8 of Pentacles. First card. Work. The Sun. It's going to be fine. Details. The work. Now, the 8 of Pentacles is doing something over and over and over until it works. And so, or until you master it, I should say. Or until it works, but until you master it. So we are dealing with trial and error, sure, but it's progressing. The 8 of Pentacles does not get worse. The only way practice gets worse is if you're practicing the wrong way. So if you keep doing it the wrong way, then 6 of Wands, 10 of Wands, there's a burden coming. The Empress, there's life. 6 of Wands and the Empress. That's I mean, it's a good thing for life and evolution and whatnot, but I don't know. That just doesn't sound like a thing you should do to me. The 10 of Wands and the Hermit. There's a burden for answers or solutions that you have to find a solution to something else. So I don't know about consumption and selling it, but it's interesting that you can do it. So it's one of those things to where we can pull this off. But who wants to buy the alligator catfish? I'll eat fish. So, I mean, like, again, y'all go ahead. The Hierophant, the wisdom is in the word of warning, Knight of Swords. You may have rushed into this a little too fast. The 9 of Cups, there is desires and wishes, so you're going to get what you want anyway. And then the Knight of Cups, we need some details. So although you are working towards something, 8 of Pentacles is details too. The Knight of Cups says look deeper. So you may have got something great on the surface, but there's something underneath that you may need to take into account. Especially, anyway, moving on. Ron Jeremy, he is was a adult film star. He is on trial, is for rape, which I never quite understand. I mean, they say rape has nothing to do with sex. It's all about power. But if you get paid to do it, what are you raping people for? I don't understand. But he is on trial for rape, and now he pled insanity. Well, sort of. They had a doctor come in and assess his mental well-being or his mental, whatever they called it, for him to stand trial. They say he is not mentally sound to stand trial. The doctor said that. So he's got a pass on that part. What I want to know, though, is will there be any justice? And yes, I am being partial. Will there be any justice for the victims here? This is not a neutral reading. I just want to tell you that first of all. He gives me the heebie-jeebies just looking at him, though. Will there be any justice for the victims? All right. The Five of Pentacles out in the cold, that's a no. The Lover's card. Now, Lover's card does also speak to intimate relationships. They don't have to necessarily be, what's the word? What is the word? Consent, whatever that word I'm trying to use. It's just to let you know there's some sort of intimacy there. Four of Wands in the Death. Four Swords and the Four of Pentacles. Strength. Five of Wands. Eight of no. Unfortunately, I don't see that here. That doesn't mean don't try, but maybe it's not the justice that I would think you need to have, but I don't see it. Five of Wands in the environment is a conflict. That means somebody is still trying, though. But the Eight of Cups is someone escapes. Someone leaves something behind there. And the Hangman, it's stuck, it's stalled, it's no longer moving. So, with the Four of Pentacles too, and the Four of Swords is retreat. This is also being captive or something held close. I'm going with no. Strength in the word of warning. Cannot tame this in particular beast. So I go with no. Ugh. Anyway. What else we got? Kirsten Cinema. She has a challenger. What's the child name? Oh, Lord, I forget. Somebody know his name, pretty please. Running for cinemas. Spell it right. Cinema seat in Arizona. Ruben Gallego, I think is how you say it. Gallego. He is the Democrat running for Kirsten Sinema's seat. What are his chances? What are his chances? Gallego? Is that how you say it? What are his chances? Uh-oh. Sloppy shuffle. Let's see. No, Eldrick the Wise. Okay, thank you. Nine of Wands, High Priestess. Ace of Wands, Eight of Wands, Ace of Pentacles, King of Wands, Queen of Swords, Eight of Pentacles, Two of Wands, Five of Wands. There's something within Arizona politics that's sort of harming him. There's the Nine of Wands is pressure, strain, all that type of stuff. And there's the High Priestess. High Priestess is hidden agenda. This is not national, though. This is like something local. I don't know if the governor will be against him and then some other people. I don't know. There's something local that is against him. The Eight of Wands, the Ace of Wands, and the Ace of Pentacles, though, has a really good opportunity to create a lot of buzz, though. But he has to do this every day, which I know those type of things take money, but there is a lot of noise he needs to make. The Eight of Wands is the talking, but it's also commotion. The King of Wands is the leader. That's possibly him. In the Eight of Pentacles, day to day, something you do every single day till it gets better type thing. So he needs to go on the Rachel Maddow. He needs to go on the anybody who will lend him an ear to talk about the flip-floppy nature of Kirsten Sinema, how she was, the Progressive Party and the Green Party, and now she's an independent. And so there has to be a lot of talk about this and her flip-floppy nature, but he has to make a lot of noise and a lot of commotion. That will die down some of this local garbage in the politics because he has a fight. The Five of Wands is a fight. So he has a fight there, but it's not insurmountable. He just has to take this opportunity and make it his own. It needs to be about him too, not just Kirsten Sinema, even though he's running against her. But he has to appeal because she proved, and the other child proved, that Arizona is not completely blue. So, completely red. So he has to do more talking, more noise, get on the national stage, even though this is for the Arizona seat. But that's still Senate, so has to make a lot of noise, but try. You just might be surprised there. Okay, that was her. Minimum wage. And the next, mind you, this is very, very general read, so don't take it so seriously. Energy changes. We know this. Okay. So in the next, we got 2 years. In the next I'm going to say the next 5 years. So in the next 5 years, will we see the minimum wage in the United States go up? I don't want to say how much, just will it go up? Bernie Sanders, of course, he says $14 is not enough. And some Democrats are fighting him on that too. I just need everybody in Congress, all of them, Senate, House, whatever you do. I need all y'all that do not want to raise the minimum wage. I need every single one of you to make $7.25 an hour for 1 year. That's all. He said it's not enough because it's not. You speak to a person who made minimum wage practically his whole life, so it's not. I have no kids and no debt and none of this type of stuff, so no unmanageable debt. So it is. Now I get it, like I said in another video. At the same time, I've worked stores my whole life. The more money they pay you, the less hours they give you, which means you make less money anyway. So it would be lovely to make $25 an hour, but at the same time, you're only going to get 20 hours a week. The problem is not the minimum wage. The problem is the people paying it to you. Everybody could be like Costco and pay above minimum wage. It's Target. Some people make $25 an hour starting at Target. Or you can pay $7.25 because that's the federal minimum wage, even though you live in DC. Anyway, will it go up? That's all I want to know. In the next 5 years. Crystal ball time. And to pay a waitress or waiter $3, I'd that one. How you justify paying people three anything? Like, Okay, will it go up? 9 of Cups, wishes and desires, Page of Wands. There's talk about it. There's talk about it. Actionable talk, mind you, like vote possibly. So everybody making minimum wage, go to your mortgage company or rent office and say, they're talking about it. So can you just wait until they're done talking? Talking doesn't help. Well, their kind of talking doesn't help. Productive conversations do. But anyway, 3 of Wands and the 8 of Pentacles. There is something approaching about work in pay. So yes, there is some talk, and it's actually probably coming this year. Because this stuff, the 3 of Wands is telling you something is approaching. So we're not talking 5 years. We're talking this year. 3 of Wands, something is approaching. Something is coming at you. Now, here's the thing, too. This could be talking, because Obama raised minimum wage for federal workers, not for everybody else, because he could do that on his own. And so there is something talking, or some conversations, Page of Wands, approaching something, some sort of conclusion. We'll see. The Chariot and the 9 of Pentacles. So pulling opposites together to secure something. From my mouth to God's ear, right? Word of warning, 5 of Cups. There will be some regret on something here. 5 of Cups is also a card of perspective. You'll get one thing, or you'll have one thing, but you'll lose another. So with the 9 of Cups here, your 9 of Cups is your wishes and desires. These are things you want, not things you need. The 5 of Cups is the card that cries over the things you wanted, not the things you needed. So whatever this is, so let's say they put together a minimum wage bill, a whole chunk of it is going to be cut out. Something will pass, but a lot will not, type of thing. And there's your sadness, your sorrow, your loss, your grief, your regret. Because let's say they want to raise minimum wage and then raise something else and raise something else, like do a minimum wage hike, but let's say it has to keep up with the cost of living. So there's an agreement that every 4 years it's going to go up, or every 5 years it's going to go up, or something like that. You may lose that clause, but you may get the initial $2 an hour raise or something like that. So there's something to the effect that a minimum wage hike may happen, but something to secure, because the 9 of Pentacles is security, something to secure minimum wage in the future is not there. 2 of Pentacles, it's not there. 3 of Cups, there's an agreement, and the 5 of Pentacles would say in the next 5 years, there's lack and there's loss. And so you may get a short-term gain, but have a long-term loss. Something to that effect, if it passes at all. Got to keep them profits. God forbid you pay the people who making you those profits. You gotta keep those profits. Okay. Menstrual cycles. You want to talk about those? Lord have mercy, Jesus. The Period Act is what they're actually calling it. I think Adam Schiff has come out and said that has come out and said this of course is just aimed at discrimination. That's pretty much what it is, and we know that's what it is. So mind you, there's a state. Everybody was talking about Texas or Florida, or whoever was asking to do that. There's a state that does it already, apparently, that has their school system. Because mind you, the bill is aimed at public schools. Private schools can do whatever they want, apparently. The bill is aimed at public schools requesting the menstrual cycle of their students. You know what I really would love? Have all these guys. I come from a family of women, so I probably bought more tampons than everybody in this chat. So, or pads. We didn't use tampons. But you know what I want is for all these guys to sit in a room with just 3-4 women, and then just let them tell you the process that they have to go through on the monthly. Now, what you could really do is put the women in the room that have really heavy periods. I mean, really heavy, like Niagara Fall period, where you have to wear 2 pads, 3, 4. Sit in a room and let them tell you all about it. And then tell me after the conversation, how interested are you really in her period? The problem I have with all of them is you try to put these little rules in place that have nothing to do with what you said it was. You don't want to know what her period is. You just want to make sure she's having one and that she is a she. Because God forbid you're a transgender woman. That's all this is. You don't care nothing about nobody's period. You have one, and then I'll tell you. The hell? It's Period Act. Will it pass? It's glass. It's not a stone. And mind you, I say this every time. One of you made it for me, and hopefully she's watching again, but I can't ever remember because it's like it's always months, from the last time I talked about it. But one of you made this for me, and I can't remember who it was. Made several of them, and every time somebody asks me about it, it's always one of her pieces. So. Exactly, take away the Viagra, and that's a whole nother thing with the birth control. Everybody's not on birth control because they don't want to get pregnant. Sometimes it helps with the period. Not to mention, if you're not going to give me a tax rebate, then you should, my pads and my tampons should be free. That's something I have to have. You don't have to have Viagra if it don't work. Leave it alone. Check your blood flow. Maybe that's your problem. Maybe it's too much chicharrones and all them bacon sandwiches you keep eating. You stay out of my pants, I'm going to stay out of yours. I can't have birth control, you can't have Viagra. You're trying to control life too. Maybe God don't want you to have no more erections and babies. You ever think of that? Didn't Jesus kill the fig tree because it bared no fruit? Maybe this World Period Act pass. Leave stuff alone sometimes. I don't understand. I mean, I get it. The whole weird, odd patriarchy thing that you have to control everybody and women, and I get it. I understand because it's a sickness. I get it. At the same time, stop. Okay? Just stop. The Eight of Cups and the Knight of Cups. Well, right now, this is politics. Look at that. The Empress. Will it pass eventually? Yes. Will it pass right now? Probably not. Well, I won't say that, actually. The Eight of Cups and the Knight of Cups. Right now, we're playing politics because Adam Schiff knows that the house that he's dealing with right now. But the Hierophant and the Chariot, in the government, pulling opposites together. If you can get enough people, especially on the ground, to be pissed off about this, which is what I think is going to happen, because you have the allegiance, the communities here. Because mind you, it is not just women that you are attacking. It is a family. Because these women have relatives. And those relatives, go into anybody's house, knock on the door, and say, "Excuse me, sir, I would like to know when your daughter is having her period," and see if he don't thump you in your throat. The Ten of Wands and the Six of Swords. There's problems with the transition, and then it meets the community. So this is going to have one of those women marches type effect. Because here with the Empress, then the feminine energy, she is the commander of life as well. She is then going to exert her power. The Emperor has power over the kingdoms, the rules, the regulations, the taxes, the king. He's the king, basically. The Empress can be the queen if you are doing that type of thing. But the Empress is power over life, where she's the power over the zodiac and the power over the da-da-da. So this is the one who commands everything walking the planet, including the Emperor. He didn't get here without her. So power in 3. Government, community, action. Go for it. So will it pass? I believe yes, eventually. Or something like it. It may not be that specific, but something like it. Because they're still playing politics right now. What would Jesus do? Not that. I don't think Jesus ever cared about your period. Jason Miller. He is the campaign manager for Donald John Trump. The campaign manager for the unmanageable. Is he going to have a hard time? That's my question. He does have a hard time. Jason Miller. Well, the Ace of Cups fell out, so will he have a hard time? Uh-oh. Will he have a hard time? Just hear yes. I mean, he's not. I mean, I know he said he's running for president and he gets to register and all that. He's not running. Anyway, the Temperance. If there is any card in the Two of Cups, so I mean, if you had to just list what is going to be the hardest thing for this child to do in the Donald Trump campaign. Temperance. He need him to calm down and shut up. Say what I need you to say, not what you want to say. But that is impossible for a Gemini. That is definitely impossible for a Donald Trump, a person who is a narcissistic Gemini. That means everything is about him and he get to talk. Temperance, calm it down. And that's what he needs the agreement on. He needs you to shut up until I tell you to speak. Don't say nothing. Don't say nothing. And then Donald Trump will give a whole speech without saying the word nothing because he took it literally. The Strength in the Hangman. So will he have a hard time? Yes. Can't tame this in particular beast here. The Eight of Wands and the Hierophant. He needs him to talk shop, talk government. The Six of Cups. Go back to what worked. Nostalgia. Seven of Wands. He is having a very hard time defending, though. Why? I mean, COVID, insurrection, stealing money, giving away secrets, spies in the Oval Office, who's got an extra hand because they got cards in the other. Like, just, will he have a hard time? Yes. Yes, he will. If he was really running for president, yes, he will. Oh, the Fool was on the bottom. There you go. That's one. Now that's an interesting Fool. He's going really off the cliff. He usually show you going towards it, but like you got a whole foot off and the other one going too. There you go. Okay. Okay, let's go out of politics for a second. There is a group of singers known as the King's Singers. They sing Christian music. There's a difference between Christian and gospel. They sing Christian music. They have been dropped by the PCC. I wrote that down, but I don't remember who that is. It's like the Presbyterian something, something, something. King's Singers. Christian College Councils, the celebrated King's Singers. And they've been canceled because it's a place in Florida. Pensacola Christian College. There you go. Yeah, I'm blurry because it's trying to focus on the card there for. Okay, there we go. Thank you. Yeah, Jules, that was too much. The Pensacola Christian College dropped the King's Singers because they're a cappella group. So they just do Christian music, but it's a cappella, like a barbershop quartet type thing. And they said because of the lifestyle of some of the members, one of the members of the King's Singers is gay. And so they said it would be wrong, I suppose, for you to come and sing at the Pensacola Christian College, even though they have done so before. I guess now one of the guys in the group has something on his social media page which alluded to his sexuality or his lifestyle choice and therefore they have dropped the King's Singers. But what I want to know is, will this have a negative effect on them going forward or not? Or will it have the opposite effect? Because mind you, what God has for you is for you. I will not read on Ted Cruz now. What God has for you is for you. The reason God and Jesus never said nothing about your sexuality is because they didn't care. Especially if you're doing your praise and worship songs. Everybody got talent. God and Jesus can give 2 flying monkey foots about your sexuality. Actually, this is a deck. It's very interesting. It's called the Fifth Spirit Tarot. And it is a deck. What's she say in the inside? A queer inclusive deck for a world beyond binaries. And so there's a lot of transgender imagery in here. Oh, that's upside down. But there's your Emperor. And there is, I think, on the... What is that? Well, anyway, it's there it is. So there you go. So will this backfire? And will they be exalted? Humbleness pays. Humble myself in private, or God will do it in public. And if you humble thyself in private, God will exalt you in public. You disappoint God by the way you treat other people. Keep that in mind. You'll cut through your sin talk right there. There's your sin. How do you treat other people? Including yourself. All right. 4 of Cups. Oh. That's a good card to get. Interesting. Justice. Yeah. 4 of Pentacles. 7 of Cups. King of Swords. 8 of Cups. Thank you, lucky girl. Queen of Wands. 3 of Swords. 3 of Wands. 2 of Cups. No, you will actually have some sort of agreement or deal in the end with somebody else. But let's go back to the 4 of Cups here. The 4 of Cups is a blessing that you have to see as a blessing. It's not going to look that way because it's going to look like more of the same. Because remember the guy with the 4 cups sitting, or the 3 cups sitting in front of him, and then there's another coming from the clouds. There's your blessing. But you'll have to see it that way. This card, this cup, looks exactly the same as the rest of them. I don't want it. But if you take it, you will realize what's inside the cup is different than the rest. And so there is your blessing that you have to see as a blessing. Justice, balance, and order. It will be done. This, you have to also keep in mind when you are in your proper spiritual frame. You ain't trying to do anything wrong to anybody else. You're just trying to go, you praise your Lord and all that good stuff. And then you are victimized. You're as the song says, you're being wronged for doing right. So you do your thing, God will bless you. Even if it doesn't look like it. You have to see it. Open your eyes. King of Swords, 4 of Pentacles. Just hold on. Do your logistics. Look at this. Look at this in the proper frame of mind. Don't be emotional. King of Swords is far from emotional. So don't react. Don't start Twittering. Don't start Facebooking and all this. Don't react. Eight of Cups, Three of Cups. There's your separation, your heartbreak, your betrayal, that type of thing. In the end, the Three of Wands and the Two of Cups. There's a deal coming. It's approaching fast, possibly this week, next week. So you'll be fine. See it as a blessing, though. Remember the story of the man who wore jeans and a t-shirt to church. So, let's see. King Singers. Thank you, David. I will skip this question. Pray for Merrick Garland. That's all I got. That's all I'm going to say. Leave the rest of that alone. Santos, speaking of prayers, I believe he was at the crucifixion of Jesus Christ, and he wrote the Dead Sea Scrolls. Shade. Santos, apparently at his office, some people were becoming a little belligerent. This thing seems to be snowballing to where people were asking and then they were demanding to him Jesus carry the cross. You literally in timeout. I just want you to Oh, Lord Jesus. Can't take you nowhere. Okay. Get yourself together. Wait. Now I got the eye burns. Wait. Okay. That damn jewel every time I say. Well, as I'm talking about Jesus, help me. Okay. Okay. George said. Wait a minute. I got mascara all on my things. Wait a minute. Okay. All right. Okay. George Santos it's been snowballing, as I said, to where people first, they asked him Then they started to demand, and now they've been going to the office and becoming a little rowdy. So I want to know, should Santos, oh, the 5 of Wands on the bottom, should Santos be concerned for his safety? I'll say it that way. Because these people aren't playing, it seems like, so. Let's see. I ain't reading the chat no more. Let me finish what I was doing. All right. You know what? I'm sorry, I have to do this. Wait a minute. Okay. Because I can alter the name here. So, Jorge. Wait a minute, spell it right. G-O-R. Yes, Gorg. Santos helped Jesus carry the cross. There. That's the name of our stream now. Okay, should he be concerned with his, with his safety? These cards are upside down. Oh, they're all the way. Okay, should he be concerned? The Sun. So there's yes in the beginning. 9 of Wands. I would say more keep an eye on things is what I would say. Because the 9 of Wands is pressure, something that builds over time, something that may be a little too, it's a lot to handle at the time. You can make it through. That's the message of the card, is to keep on tenacity and strength. But this starts to build and it becomes the 10. 10 of Wands is a burden. And so just keep an eye on things. Thank you, Jajujo. Thank you. Just keep an eye on things is what I would say. The 4 of Wands, especially for your office. The Page of Pentacles, Judgment. Keep an eye on things, young man. 10 of Swords isn't pretty. Worse than the Tower for me. At least with the Tower, you can start over. This is ruin. So just keep an eye on things. You know, if things start to get a little too which I think they will, then hire you some security. Get you the Men in Black. I know you used to work for them, so get them. So, got 7 minutes. Okay. Oh, let me ask this. How does this whole thing end with George Santos? Let's play a game here. Let's play a game. Let's play a game. Let's play a game. Wait, I'm not on YouTube. Here it is. Here it is. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Engage with the audience. That's what I'm trying to do. How does the Santos saga end? I need to add options. Okay. Y'all tell me, how does the saga of Santos end? How does it end? Like when you're finally done with all of this? Magic 8 Ball time. How does this end? When it's all said and done and we're done with unfolding all his lies and all the investigations and all of that, how do we finally exit the conversation of Santos? How do we finally exit the conversation of Santos? How do we exit the conversation of Santos? How does this all end? Hopefully days from now. One more. How does it all end? Got the Chariot first card, the 9 of Cups, wishes, 5 of Cups, regrets, 10 of Cups, battling, the Tower, it all comes crumbling down, 2 of Wands, Page of Wands. If anybody has ever built a tower, it is him, because the tower is built upon false premise, shaky sand, shaky foundation, and it all comes crumbling down. His whole life is a lie. Yeah, the Hanged Man and the 4 of Swords. I think arrested is indeed the thing. I don't think it's for a long time, though, because the 4 of Swords always flee the country, and IHOP was in second place. I don't think that, because the 4 of Swords pops up to me, or pops up for me, like in the case of Manafort, where you get arrested, but you don't really get the full extent of what you should have. This also popped up for me for Alec Baldwin. And I know they just decided they wanted to downgrade his charge from manslaughter to something else. So I think he will get some sort of repercussion, but it won't be some huge anything. But for Santos, yes, it'll all come crumbling down because it has no choice, really. You can't continue to build that life and it not come crumbling down. And he will have regrets. He will have a lot of regrets, but oh well. And then, yes, I believe arrested is in his future. There you go. Arrested and flee the country and still has to verify. So, okay. So there's that. So here's something odd. I had no idea of such a thing until I read the article. There is such a thing as baby boxes. And what I want to know is, will more of them be implemented around the country, especially with the Roe v. Wade thing? Baby boxes are literally places where you can take and drop off your baby should you choose to not care for it anymore. And so they're usually at like firehouses or fire stations, whatever you want to call it, in places like that. And as of now, it has been used twice in different locations, different states. So I want to know is, will this be something that increases baby boxes? Let's see. Let's see. Well, there's the kid. There's 6 of Cups. You have them in California? See, I know nothing about those until like 2 months ago when I read the thing. The 6 of Cups and the Star. Yes, they will be more used in the future. Six of Cups is literally children, and the Star is something in the future. And the Nine of Cups in the Tower, someone, though, is going to try to make this into an issue. But the Eight of Cups and the Ace of Swords, they will stay, though, because someone wants them gone, but they will stay. So, yes, more will be used in the future. Okay. Let's look at Fetterman. Fetterman was hospitalized. I just want to know his political future. I'll leave his health to his doctor. Political future. What does it look like? He was the lieutenant governor of Pennsylvania, I do believe. So let's look at his political future. The Three of Pentacles and the Three of Wands. Okay. Six of Swords, Nine of Swords, Eight of Wands, the Hangman, Eight of Pentacles, Seven of Pentacles, the Hierophant, and the Sun. So there may be a need, want, or desire for a break or some sort of retreat. The Six of Swords and the Eight of Wands. The Six of Swords is a troubled transition. The Eight of Wands moves very quickly, though. So there also may be a conversation about taking things a little easier. The want, need, and desire is there, but the body needs to catch up to. And I'm not doing a health read lately. I'll leave that to his doctor. But there is a desire or a need to calm down and bring it down. Because the Six of Swords, yes, you do move into the calmer waters, but you bring baggage along with you. And so if you are continuing the same type of behavior as well, then you're going to have the same type of results. But the Three of Pentacles and the Three of Wands, there is a collaboration that is fast approaching to here. This is in the government, so he's still there, still doing his thing, but the Nine of Swords and the Hangman, Seven of Pentacles, he is assessing to whether or not he is going to continue. And so he may feel as though he needs to retreat, or he needs to take a break from politics and take a break from that world. The Eight of Pentacles is in his word of warning, so that is the work, the day in, day out. He needs to slow down and take one. You know, all the rest of them do nothing, so do that for a couple of weeks. Mitch McConnell hides in his neck fat in his turtle shell for 12 months out of the year. So, but the Hierophant is in your word of solace. So the government is not a bad place for you to be. You just need to reduce some stress and things of that nature. Political future, though, gets the Sun in the end, so you do have some success in it. So do your thing, chicken wing. Just be cautious of your health. Take care of you first. You can't do anything for Pennsylvania if you're not around to do it. So just take care of yourself first. Well, we know the answer to this question. I'm going to ask it anyway because I want to see it in the cards. That's why. That's half the reason I ask any of these questions. It's entertaining to me. I'm not trying to change your life. I'm not Anderson Cooper Jr. This is meant for entertainment. Not that I have to explain that, but the weaponizing social media hearings that GYM Jordan and the rest of his mummified cronies were having. What was the purpose of that? I want to see it in the cards. I mean, it was just to say the Democrats are bullies and they were censoring us. I get it, but I want to see it. I want to see what it says here, because it could say something different. So let's see. I, me, myself, and I. What was the purpose of those hearings? Blowing hot air. Exactly. Do I have a blowing hot air card, though? I mean, 8 of Wands could be. That's conversation. But let's see. 7 of Cups, I think. That's gaslighting. So that's okay. Problem solved. Let's see. What was the purpose of their little tantrums? The moon. Yeah. To confuse, to gaslight, cast illusions, flower pusher, yes, to do all that. Yes. The moon, though, the moon is Sneaky Pete. The moon cast the illusion to get you to believe in their reality, kind of like the magician, but the magician is one person. This can be a whole conglomerate of them. The moon is illusions. The mind plays tricks. And they're trying to do that here. And this is the, now listen. Child of the cord. This is what's happening to Fox News right now. Fox Noise. This is exactly what's happening when you weaponize a whole section of the community. When you weaponize their mentality, that's what causes things like insurrections, because all these people believed in the same stupid idea. Then they all got together in their whole jihad moment when their person who told them to strap the bad idea to their back is still in his safety somewhere. And then you go down and you do things that you should not have done. And then 500 of you go to court and get convicted for a person who didn't bail you out at all. You start weaponizing these people, and then you yourself can't control them when you do. That's why Josh Hawley was like Sonic the Hedgehog running away from the crowd. Be careful. It's like people who get on the treadmill and then put it up to 10 and think, oh, I got this. It's just walking. No, it ain't. The 3 of Swords. Yeah. To hurt, to separate, to backstab. The 7 of Cups. There's your gaslighting. You're blowing the hot air. The King of Wands, now that they're in the position of power. 5 of Pentacles to throw them out in the cold. 10 of Swords. 6 of Pentacles. King of Swords. 4 of Swords. Yeah, just to basically say, look, we're being picked on. And it's all their fault. They were weaponizing us. They were, what do you call it? They sequestered us. They took us off of social media. You started like 4 of them. Then you parlay and then Truth Social. And then all of those stupid things. You had social medias. The problem is you couldn't go play with the cool kids anymore over at the Twitter lands and the Facebooklets. And it was like, oh, now we can't play over here anymore. You're censoring us. No. So, Donald Trump was the biggest violator of terms of service agreement and still was not censored until it was too late. So I don't want to hear it, Cletus. Cletus, I don't want to hear it. Restricted land sales in North Dakota. So they've restricted land sales in North Dakota. They're trying to do this right now in Texas. I did a read on that one already. It'll come out eventually. But what they're doing or attempting to do is restrict land sales from people in China, Russia, Iran, and one other place. But China, Russia, and Iran are the ones I remember. And they're trying to restrict people from those countries buying land in North Dakota. And then they're trying to do this also in Texas. And the wheelchair guy, what's his name? Abbott said if they pass it, he will sign it. So will this happen in more states? Now, the people who are opponents of the bill are calling it, basically racism and discrimination. Now, the people who are for the bill are saying that it is a deterrent for spies, because that's basically what they're trying to prevent. Now, to back up their side, though, there is a few, thank you, me, myself, and I. There is a few instances where some Chinese somebody bought a bunch of land down the street from the Pentagon, or down the street from, not the Pentagon, but some army base. And so, that's sort of their, yes, they're buying vast areas of like farmland and things like that. So, and they're strategically placed. It's not like they're buying a condo in the middle of downtown LA. This is not like that. They're buying them in specific places. So, will this spread? Will this spread? Knight of Wands and the Lovers. Yes, it will. Especially people who are of like mind, which means, thank you, Rhonda. So it could be other red states, especially. There's the Tower, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Star. So I don't know if it'll be wide. Well, no, I don't think it'll be widespread. But yeah, you're going to see this a lot actually happening pretty quickly. So, yeah, this will spread. It will indeed. They know what y'all trying to do. Okay, I said we weren't going to do all these, but why not? Let's just go for it then. Nikki Haley. Poor thing. She believes she can be the Presidente of the United States today. So, Nikki Haley said a few years ago she would not run if Donald Trump ran, and she would vote for him, but she's going to run now because she believes that now is her time. Boo. Nikki Haley was Indian, I believe, as in India, not Native American, indigenous Indian. She is from India, or her people were from India, and she's a Republican. Maybe can she pass? Is she passing? Is that what it is? Maybe she is. I don't know. I was having a little talk about passing the other day. Anyway, so Donald Trump said that he's all in favor of her running. Why is she running now? And then I want to ask, is he really in support of her running? Why is she running now? Uh-oh. Let's see. The Knight of Swords and the Seven of Pentacles. The Knight of Swords. Wait a minute. I'm sorry. I got an alert. Thank you to whoever sent me PayPal. Oh, thank you, Thomas. Knight of Swords and the Seven of Pentacles. She believes that right now is her time. Nimarata. Why couldn't she go by that? And she think people from Alabama can say that. Is that what it is? The Knight of Swords and the Seven of Pentacles. Now, these are two completely opposite end of the spectrum type things. The Knight of Swords is impulsive. The Seven of Pentacles is assessing. One takes a look. The other one just hears go and was boom. I'm gone. So this may have been drawn out of, thank you, Jody, out of a opportunity to just do it, like piss or get off the pot type thing. So she may have just had the impulse that now is her time and let's just do it. She's been thinking about it for a while because she wanted to run back then, but Donald Trump was going to run again when he ran for Joe Biden. That's why she didn't run. So she's been thinking about it for a while, but she's trying to seize the opportunity right now because she knows he's not going to get it. So the Six of Cups, the Devil, the Death. So yeah, so she thinks now is her time. Center of attention. She's got the star. That's her name, Nimarata. Is that how you say it? No, not Nimarata. Did I put another word in there? Nimarata. Is that how you say it? Nimarata? Not Nimrod. Nimarata. She was a Sikh? Is she a Christian now? Is that what it is? Now she's a Christian. Now she's a Christian, Mingle. So I want to know, is he really in support of Nimarata? Sounds like a chant. That's bad. I shouldn't say that. She's Christian. Okay. She's Christian. About as Christian as Mike Pence, I'm sure. He's a special kind of Christian. Mm-hmm. Is he really in support of Nimarata? Now I can't stop saying it. Nikki Haley, I really did try. Nikki Haley, Judgment. The Ten of Wands, no. Nine of Pentacles, Knight of Wands, the Temperance, and Devil. No. Was just something to say. Especially when you don't believe she can win or she can beat you. Even the orange-haired man says so. So, no. He does not believe such a thing. He is not in support of Nimarata. Mufasa. Tim, you ain't gonna do that. Wait a minute. Y'all too much today. Not Mufasa. Y'all too much today. No, not Mufasa. No, y'all ain't gonna do Mufasa like that. Okay. There's another question we know the answer to, but I want to ask it anyway. Should Donald Trump be worried that this is the 17th meeting, apparently, that Michael Cohen has had with the Manhattan office? That's all right, Tim. We all going in there with you. Not staying positive. Should Donald Trump be worried about all these little meetings Michael Cohen has been having with the Manhattan DA? I need one card. Yes, he should. His mind is torturing him too. See, this is too, you got to give. Karma doesn't work for us, okay? We put the crap in the bucket for karma, and she stirs it around and gives it back to us tenfold. We don't know what his mental capacity is, his mental flips and gymnastics. We don't know what's going on in his head. Donald Trump he's torturing himself. Well, his mind is. As I said, it's your greatest asset and your worst enemy. So, yeah, I needed one card, and there it was. Yeah, that moon is something else. The moon has a good side too. It's your intuition too. That thing that you know deep down, you just pile tricks on top of it. Your mind is the one thing when you were born, they flipped the switch and it turned on, but nobody taught you how to use it at all. It's one of them things that just does stuff. So I want to look at the relationship between Hannity and Donald John Trump. What must those conversations be like nowadays? The relationship between Hannity and Trump, the part we can't see or don't see as of yet. Hannity and Trump. Let's see. 4 cards. That's what I heard. That's what I'll pull. So 4 cards. What we got? 5 of Swords, 4 of Cups, 5 of Cups, 3 of Cups. So the 5 of Swords, there's your card of the bully. Your card of defeat, of dishonor, advantage taking if you get it in a good position. But it's defeat and dishonor. You lose, you lost type of thing. The 4 of Cups, there's boredom, apathy. You have to see it as a blessing, though. But it's boredom, it's apathy. It's, I'm tired of this. 5 of Cups. This should be the card of everybody that Donald Trump has ever dealt with in his entire life. The card of regrets. What size ring do I wear? This is 9, I believe. 10.5 if it's summertime, but but 9. This is the card of regrets. I wish I'd never met you. And then the 3 of Cups. There's a cause for celebration. Again, you have to see it as a blessing. If he said, I don't want to be your friend anymore, count yourself lucky. All you need to do, though, is look at the example. That's it. Look at the example. How many people gave up their freedom for Donald John Trump? And how many people did he give up his freedom for? 0. Tell me it's worth it. Elon Musk hopes to have a Twitter CEO by the end of the year. So apparently he don't want it no more. The toy is broken. Is he going to get one, or does he have one now? Does anybody know? But is he going to get one? Elon Musk, the Twitter CEO, by the end of the year. Let's see. Page of Pentacles, there's the offer, contract he has drawn up for somebody, possibly. The Nine of Wands, a lot of pressure, a lot of pressure. Maybe go see what Devin Nunes is doing. There you go. The Star, the King of Wands, the Ace of Swords, the Magician, Knight of Cups, the Strength, the Four of Wands, and there's the Moon again. So, will he find a... You know, Tanya, I did a reading. I thought I was a little off, but I did a reading a long time ago on Tesla cars, I think, because some guy had his car had an accident because it was driving itself. And I'm like, I don't think that this was a one-off thing. I think this is something wrong with your make and model or something like that. Anyway, he'll find someone, yes, but this is not the person you need. It's just going to be the person you get. Well, not even the person you get. It can be the person you choose, but you may have a bad, you may be a bad choice of character. Page of Pentacles and the Nine of Wands, your agreement has pressure. So you need to have this done because people around you are saying, dude. The Ace of Swords and the Star, so yes, you will find one victory here, and the Star is also hope for the future, inspiration, so victory in the yes. The Magician, the King of Wands, is the new leader, so this person is capable of running a company. Maybe into the ground, but he is capable of running a company. The King of Wands is very... He's a leader, natural leader. He's not much of a doer all the time if he's in that leadership position, but he can delegate where he needs to. So he's not a bad thing to have in place. However, the Knight of Cups is in the word of warning. This might be the bright and shiny. The Knight of Cups I call the false knight because he doesn't do anything. The Knight of Wands takes control of a situation that's going out of control. The Knight of Pentacles plans, assesses, then acts. The Knight of Swords is impulsive. This is a chivalry and bravery. Fight for you, Knight. The Knight of Cups talks. That's it. He does nothing but talk. Now, it's not a bad card, but I call it the false knight because when I think of knights, I think of King Arthur and them type of things. People who do things. He doesn't do anything. And so he may look shiny. He may be the thing that is easy to gravitate to because this looks like the obvious answer, but it's not. The Moon says there is something deeper you needed to look at. The Knight of Cups says that too. Now, if you hired me for a tarot reading, I could have told you that. The Knight of Cups brings you the cup, brings you the offer, but you need to look inside the cup because it could be empty. Because he is the Knight of Cups is a talker, the smooth talker, the silver tongue, the person who can sell a cup of water to a drowning man type thing. So he's very smooth with the words, but the Moon is telling you to look deeper, look under the surface because there's something else there. This is not the person for you, but you will find your CEO by the end of the year. Congratulations. Don Jr., does he have a drug problem? Next question. Yeah. So here's what I wanted to ask, because I've never actually asked that question. We just know he kind of does. But I want to ask, because I'm nosy like that. People have been saying it. And usually people don't keep repeating the same thing about you for years and years and years unless there's a little bit of truth to it. So let's look. Believe Coke, no Pepsi. Because that's what they said, you know, you like a little nose candy, apparently. So I mean, everybody's got a vice. I like sugar myself. I couldn't snort something up your nose, child. No. many sinus problems I got as it is. But everybody got a little something that they just can't get rid of, and that damn sugar is mine. That'll kill you too. So I mean, you know, I ain't got to meet no dark alley for mine though. So there you go. Yeah, I like food too. I like junk. You know, I don't eat meals per se. I like junk. Me, hamburgers and nachos and stupid stuff you shouldn't eat. So don't give me no greens and no potato, no meat, and don't. That's too much stuff on this plate. So, is he addicted to cocaine? I really want to know. I'm gonna ask. He's denied it. So, let's see what the tarot say. Queen of Pentacles, reliability, something from the earth, possibly. So maybe he's a vitamin guy. But the Queen of Pentacles and the Empress. Oh, that's interesting. That's the mother. Why'd the mother pop up? Maybe it's answering something else here. It eats away at your nose. The Five of Cups. There's grief and loss because there's the Ten of Pentacles. That's the family card, family tree. Grief and loss. I mean, everybody who reads on Donald Trump Jr. always gets depression and sadness and all that. That it's eating away on the inside of him. And if they weren't such horrible people, I would feel bad for him. The Two of Pentacles and the Judgment, the Justice, the Three of Swords, the Seven of Cups. I'm not a doctor. I don't play one on TV either. I mean, it ends in the sun. The sun is yes. So, no, I think it's meth. Meth shows up on your skin too. I used to work around a whole bunch of them, and they all had them blotches and spots, and like they've been holding firecrackers, and they all went off in their arms. I think, again, I ain't a doctor. I don't play one on TV. I think he's starting to develop a little bit of a heart issue too. That's just me. Don't take that to the bank, though. That's what I think. I think so. But it ends in this. So, yes, he does have the booger sugar addiction. Is he alone in this? Where is he getting it? What has happened? How did this happen? Do I want to know that? I'm going to ask him. Let's see. Ace of Cups, there's a person. The Judgment. Three of Swords again. Temperance. Eight of Wands. The Star. That's so interesting. Five of Cups. Five of Swords. Six of Cups. Five of Swords. Three of Pentacles. Somebody he knows. They may have gone to some sort of retreat or rehab together, even if it was physical rehab. Like he may have been with someone going, he hasn't been through physical rehab. Someone else that may have, and that person may have had pharmaceuticals, and then it snowballed, but there was some sort of rehab. To get better, to get well. These are the two healing cards. This one is healing from trauma. This one is physical healing. So after illness, you get this. It says that you are healing. After this, it's a trauma of some sort. Whether it's mental abuse, physical abuse, addictions of some sort. So this is your healing from trauma. This is your healing from physical ailments. So there's something like that there. This is a person he's known for a while. Six of Cups is nostalgia. So a person that's been in your history. The Nine of Swords, it all stems from something mental too for him. Or he has a mental core issue. Heartbreak possibly at the core. Mental and heartbreak. But this is a person he knew for some time, and then he met somebody new here that he went into business with, that he started his supply. And maybe that's supposed to be a communion wafer. So we'll just we'll leave it at that. Yeah. Like father, like son. All right. What else? DeSantis. Trump called you, well, he implied that you were a pedo. But your war against black people and gay people, will you come to regret that? Or not? Because remember where he is. He is in the armpit of America. And they voted for him. They voted for Donald Trump. I lived in Florida when Donald Trump got elected. No, I didn't. I lived in Mississippi. And when I went to Florida, the in particular place I was in called Panama City Beach, it was nicknamed LA for Lower Alabama because everybody was just like it. They were just as hick, Confederate loving, deer hunting, John Deere tractor riding, good old boy American. They were those people. Trump stickers all on their cars. They had it was a Jeep. I don't want to say parade, but it's not convention. I don't know what it was, but it was like Thunder Beach. If you ever heard of that, Thunder Beach is where all the like Sturgis, where all the motorcycle people come in. But these people were all in Jeeps, and it happened every year. They all came down with their Jeeps, and they had the biggest, most gigantic Trump flags you've ever seen. They're those people. So before Jeep Jamboree, it was something like that. So, well, this whole racist, homophobic side of himself, Jeep rally, that's what it was. But it was all Jeeps, like the Jeeps with no hoods and all. It was Jeeps. It was just all Jeeps. Will he come to regret this, or not really? I'm glad I got out of there too. Let's see. Let's see. Queen of Swords, the Nine of Pentacles. Not really. The Queen of Swords, the Tower and the High Priestess. Some secrets are going to get blown open. Some agendas, not secrets. Some agendas are going to be blown open. You know, I was watching the other day on YouTube a video where they were talking about distractions and what people in the country really need to be concerned with, because there was someone online trying to build a outrage, you know how they outrage spark committee, about Aretha Franklin's Natural Woman, saying that it was transphobic because you make me feel like a natural woman instead of the da-da-da-da. Now, that was just someone trying to drum up mess so that people can get in and be outraged and faked outraged and all that. And they were saying, never mind the distractions, people. Forget about Aretha Franklin and a song that was written before all this transphobic hate was really prevalent in the news. When nobody talking about that, not to mention, that ain't what the song is about. Never mind that. Look at DeSantis. Look at Donald Trump. Look at the real threat to the trans community, not Aretha Franklin's song. And so what's happening here is some agendas get blown open. So whatever it is that he is really trying to do, that gets blown open. And yes, we may kind of have an inkling as to what he's trying to do. They're just trying to be disgusting and appeal to the weird people. But there's something deeper to it. Maybe he's trying to be Trump 2.0 just without the name and the hair. So there is some sort of agenda that gets blown open. Whatever they're trying to keep hidden or trying to keep behind closed doors, at least conversationally speaking, it gets blown open. So will he regret it? Not really, because he still has support. 3 of Cups. They do this on purpose, so this wasn't an accident. Okay. What is today? Today is Tuesday. Oh, today is Tuesday. Oh, good. It is March, y'all. I just want to throw that out there. I mean, pretty much. We got like 8, 6, 7 days left. It's March. March. I'm going to be back up here till mid-September, y'all. So, oh, Lord have mercy. Okay. Time flies when you're having fun. All right. Okay, that's enough politics. I'm tired of talking about them people. I have 2 more political questions, but I'm done with politics. So if you don't like the benign, that's all I'm doing for politics. We're going to the non-political world. But we will be on, yeah, I'll do some March news. We'll do March news. Let's do that now. March news. What's coming in March? What's coming in March for us? March. My class starts March 3rd. Someone emailed me. I have to get back to you. I haven't forgotten you. I sent out the emails for the class and everything, if you got them. We start March 3rd at 5 p.m. I will be there. It's on Zoom. I will be there in the room, the Zoom room, at least by 4:30, if not earlier than that. So you can get there early if you want to, because we start at 5, not 5:02. We start at 5. And I think that's all. 5 Pacific. Yes. 5 Pacific, 6 Mountain, 7 Eastern, 7 Central, 8 Eastern. We start. The classes are 6 weeks. They're 1.5 hours. So it's from 5 to 6:30, although you can leave and come back anytime, all time that you want to, because it is recorded as well. It's recorded on Friday. It's not recorded on Saturday. But the Friday class is the exact same one as the Saturday class. So if you miss the Friday class, you can catch the Saturday one because it'll be the same. And do that for 6 weeks. We will be teaching out of the Rider-Waite Smith, but you don't have to have that one because most decks that I have are based upon the Rider-Waite, but it may make it easier to follow along if you have that one, but you don't need it. If you do want one, you can get one from DeBry, 20% off if you use my TAJ code. I do get a commission for that too, just as a disclaimer. Or you can get the Radiant Rider-Waite since it has the names on the top and bottom as well. What else am I leaving out? It's basic tarot too. So if you are a seasoned reader, you might not want to take it, but it's basic. We don't do astrology and numerology and Kabbalah, tree of life and elements, and we're not going that deep. That's too much going on for people who just want a basic read. So that's what we're going to do. March news. March news. All right. So there's the moon and the 10 of wands, 5 of cups, 4 of wands, 8 of swords, strength, 7 of cups, 6 of pentacles, queen of cups, and the lover's card. So the moon and the 10 of wands, there's something, somebody's city may have a curfew coming up in March, because y'all may be inundated with something. I don't see violence necessarily, but it has a curfew. Maybe one of the southern cities or something, but somebody has a curfew. The 8 of swords and the 5 of cups. There is going to be something in the news about someone on death row too. So I don't know if they're trying to stay in execution or look further into the DNA of something, but there's someone on death row and it hits the news too. The 4 of wands, the strength card, and the 6 of pentacles, there's something in the House of Representatives that is really good for giving something temporary though. So I don't know if it's like a temporary debt ceiling thing or a temporary, I don't know. Something is temporary, but it alleviates a burden of some sort, but it's really temporary. The 7 of cups and the strength, 8 of swords, there is something around flooding too. So there's some rain. This may be unseasonal. So it may be something around a place where it's supposed to snow, but it rains and it rains too much. And so there could be some flooding. It's not super devastating, but it's still flooding at the same time. 6 of pentacles, queen of cups. There's a woman here who is making the news for charity and charitable donations. There's a lot of it. So a very large amount of something given for charity or left behind for charity. The lover's card, the moon, the 10 of wands, there may be another talk about same-sex marriage type of thing, which is just called marriage in regular life. Same-sex marriage, there's some talks about that too, and trying to, of course, create a burden for it. I don't know who. Someone may get arrested for finances, like money laundering or fake donations. I don't know if it's that woman, but someone gets arrested for money laundering or fake donations. But it's prominent, so we know who this person is. There's going to be good news for housing markets. 4 of wands, strength, 6 of pentacles, especially if you're selling. Five of cups, 8 of swords. There's someone, this may hit the news, but there's like someone who dies in prison, but it's under mysterious circumstances. So there's that. There's also a woman advocating for women's rights too. with the Queen of Cups, the strength, and the Five of Cups, more so around the abortion issue. But just what, I mean, it's people rights, because if you do it to them, you'll do it to me. But there's women's rights here. That's what I get. I'm ready for a class too. I am. Stephanie, I got your text. Okay. So, I said I was done with politics, so I'm done with politics. Is Henry Cavill toxic? That's what I want to know. They tried to brand him as toxic on the set of The Witcher now. Are still openings for the March 3rd? Yes, there is. Just email me, though. You gotta email me. That way I write down all the stuff. Is he toxic? They're trying to brand him as toxic on the set of The Witcher, since he is no longer on The Witcher. And he didn't get the role for Superman either. So they took him out of that. And so they're now trying to say that he was toxic to work with. He was even a little abusive. And then all of the fans of Henry Cavill are calling BS because he wouldn't have left The Witcher if they would have complied with his wishes. He was a super fan, and he was saying that you're messing up the writing, basically. And the people who were writing for The Witcher, I did a reading on that, and I said somebody else was leaving too. One of the writers left because the writer was a fan. And him and Henry was like, this is the way it should go. And then everybody else was like, no, let me be artistic. And so they're trying to paint him as toxic. So I want to know, was he toxic? Was he toxic? Because he's a super fan, so he may come across as like, calm down, dude. But was he toxic? And he didn't get the Superman role, so because the people know each other. And mind you, he ain't said nothing about nobody in the public just yet. So let's see. The Empress and the Two of Cups. No, Empress is Empress, abundance. And the Two of Cups is agreement. When things are going good, things are going great. But when things get shaky, it's somebody's fault other than mine, is what I think. The Four of Swords, there's a retreat when you quit. That's what started it. You didn't go out in the way that you should have. That causes the issue. King of Cups, Queen of Swords. You two had a bit of a, because the Queen of Swords is the showrunner. They had a bit of an issue between the two. And so there's that. The Four of Pentacles, Ten of Swords, Four of Cups, Knight of Pentacles, and the King of Wands. So here's the thing. The King of Wands is not toxic, but the King of Wands can be bossy. And because he's the boss, he's the leader. And while I don't blame him because he's the star of the show, it was so much they wanted him to do that he didn't want to do. And there was a lot that he wanted them to do that they wouldn't do. And so nobody was on the same page. And Netflix, I think, dropped the ball here because they should have got involved. But the King of Wands is bossy. And so he wants something done a certain way because that's the way it's supposed to be done, because the Knight of Pentacles did his research. But then in comes the creative consultants. And they say, we want it done this way. Now, mind you, take this with a grain of salt because I'm on his side. But because the show has a history, it has a lore. It's not like you're making up a story called The Witcher. There's books already there. Games and all this fan stuff, like it's there. You can tell, you know what to put in the show. And then they started putting stuff in the show that was not in the books, that's not a part of the story. And he said, I don't like that. And they said, I don't care. And so he said, I quit. And so there you go. So that's Henry Cavill. One more celebrity, Pharrell Williams, the singer of the Happy song. Clap along if you feel happy, however that goes. Pharrell Williams has been named the creative director for Louis Vuitton's menswear. Will this prove to be a lucrative or a good idea? Is the question. Will it be a good idea? I mean, I like Louis Vuitton, but it's all just black and brown clothes with LVs all over it. So, but I still like it though. I mean, they got a few things that are different. Got a few white pieces with colorful LVs on them, but you know Louis Vuitton when you see it. But Pharrell Williams, the creative director for menswear for Louis Vuitton. Good idea or no? Two of Cups in the Ace of Wands. So a good deal is made. The Two of Cups is about deals. The Ace of Wands is about action. So he has a lot of ideas. This is creative as well. So that's good. The Empress, something new comes out of this. It's a lot of attention comes out of this. Somebody quits though, because they feel brokenhearted. Somebody quits. So if he's taking somebody's position or a position somebody else thought they were going to get, 10-gallon hats. If he's taking somebody's position or somebody was waiting for that position, they're going to quit. They feel brokenhearted. Them's the breaks, buddy. But the Emperor, he will do good. He will command and oversee. So good job there. Okay. Amazon. Last question. Amazon. Amazon has gotten the go-ahead to do what the SpaceX, whatever them people are, Starlink, to do internet. And so now they can launch a satellite into space too and do internet. So what I want to know is, how will Amazon do in the crowded internet field? You got your fiber optic landline people. You got your Comcast Xfinity, which takes over a lot of territory. You got your local brands, which is not a whole lot of them. Your Fox something in Florida, your Cox Cable in Oklahoma, like your little brands. But Xfinity and AT&T Uverse has a lot of territory. So how will they do in a crowded internet field? Anybody can afford to do it. It's Amazon. So. Queen of Swords, King of Wands. All right. Put them back. Okay. How will they do? Seven of Wands, Knight of Wands, Eight of Wands, Temperance, Ten of Cups, Hangman, Six of Swords, Chariot, Emperor, Nine of Cups. They will do well, actually, at least out of the gate. Seven of Wands and the Knight of Wands. There is progression and elevation. So right out of the gate, you will do fine. The Ten of Cups, Eight of Wands. Word of mouth will build as well, especially in communities. and especially in impoverished communities. I think you may need to aim there too and have some sort of subsidized thing with the deal like AT&T does, where they get you the Obama phones, as they used to call them. The Temperance, the Hangman, and the Chariot. You will be able to pull some sides together here. So I think they will do actually very well. It will slow down after the initial bloom is off the rose. It will slow down, but you will get your desired thing, whatever it is that you're going for. 9 of Cups is how it ends. So they will do fine. Okay. My brain is gone now. Just did 25 questions. They're all gone. I got 2 left, but I don't want to ask them. So we just did 25 questions. All my videos that I post on my channel, this is how I do it. I do them all at one time, and then they just come out one a day. And then by the time I'm like finished, it's like my brain is... It's like them Charlie Brown bubbles with the little squiggly lines. That's what it's like. So that's all I got, y'all. That's all I got. Have we hit the food talk yet? We have not. Y'all go for it, though. Good night, Roxana. I have no food in my bosom today. Hi, Linda. Okay. I ate nothing today. I ate chips. Like, that's not food. That's what I had. We went to the bookstore. I was telling them, Becca, we went to the bookstore, Powell's Books. Like, if we went there, you'd still be in there. It's 4 floors. 4. Whatever kind of book you think. We got science books. That's what we went to get. Because we went there for my niece. You know I didn't go for no book. We got science books. Because she wanted to learn about the universe and the earth and all that. So we got some science books, and then I got tarot deck, of course, because what else am I going to go in there and buy? But they had so many, but I'm like, okay, I have to stop looking. Meatball soup. Oh, that sounds good. I have nothing. Like chips. That's what I had. Well, you'll love it. You'll love it. Parking is special because it's in the city. And so you have to park on the street and all that mess, but you'll love it. You can go in there. They got a little coffee shop too, and they have a register on every floor, so you don't even have to walk down all the way to the front just to check out. Like it's nice. They got everything. It's late. What is it? 7? What's around here? Ain't nothing to eat around here. Nothing to eat that I want. Tostitos. Got to. No, the Amazon wish list is just it puts it in order the last thing you just put in there. So no preference. You know me, it's just cards in there anyway. So add to the pile. But no, they're not in order of importance or nothing. There is a taco Bell. There's a Del Taco. The bookstore is called Powell's Bookstore. I think something like that. Powell's Bookstore. It's 4 floors. And it was in danger of shutting down during the pandemic, and apparently the community saved it because it's been there since 1818. So they chipped in and saved it, apparently. But it was nice. Powell's Bookstore. And they had one little section. I seen metaphysical on the sign, and I'm like, okay, let me go over there and see what I can metaphysicize. And all I seen was books. And I'm like, I don't want to read about tarot, really. And then I turned the corner, and then there they were, all behind protected glass so that you don't steal the cards. Who steals tarot cards? I mean, people will steal anything that ain't chained down, including the chain. They'll take that if they can. But if you believe in your metaphysical spirits and all these different types of things, do you really want that to be your relationship with your cards? Is some stolen mess? Anyway. Sausage smoked jambalaya. Oh, you playing? Go ahead. Send me a plate. I've never had etouffee. Well, people collect them, actually, JW. People collect the cards even if they don't read them. Because, they're all unique. I have 250 tarot decks, and they're all different. So they're all little works of art. People just collect them to just be collected. Even if you don't read them. But I've never had etouffee, and I'm not a seafood person. So always wanted some, but just leave out the shrimps and all that other weird business. I don't eat stuff out the water. Didn't we start this stream by talking about alligator catfish? I'm telling you. Mm-mm. Okay, wait. Yeah, that's that Ninja Foodie. I need to buy one actually. For my niece, she just moved. This is her first move out of state, and like everybody is super, super, super happy for her. At least I am. Because it's nice to get out of Oklahoma, especially for somebody her age. Files starts next. And so I need to buy her one. She had a, slow cooker, but she didn't have a foodie. And so I need to get her one of those. That way she has the air fryer, the foodie, the everything. When you learn to read the tarot, is it easy to learn the oracle cards? Yes. The oracle cards are different though, but you will get the concept of listening. And that's what cards are all about anyway, because they're just your They're like the lightning rod for your intuition. I did make ribs in there in the slow cooker part or the pressure cooker part. You can do a slow cooker too. But the Six of Pentacles is about charity and giving, time, money, information, anything to give and take. And so it just gives your intuition and your third eye something to focus on. So when you see it in a reading, now we're talking about giving, we're talking about charity, this is what we're talking about now. And so oracle cards are kind of the same thing, to where they will give you sort of a broad meaning. Like you'll have an oracle card that'll say rain, and that's all it'll say, just the word rain on it. And then your intuition kicks in, and then you think of what rain is. Is it soothing? Is it nurturing? Is it this? Is it that? Is it potentially dangerous? And so you just kind of run with it after that. But yeah, you'll get the concept of listening, but oracle cards are different because they don't have a concrete meaning like tarot does. They allow you to expand a lot more than the tarot. The Six of Pentacles means charity. It does not mean destruction, ever. But you can flip an oracle card a whole bunch of different ways. But you'll get it. Yes. I'll make sure. And when we start the class, you'll have my email address, of course. So whatever you don't understand, you ask me. Parrot. The only thing that hinders your understanding is your question. So if you don't ask it, I can't help you. So ask it, whatever it is. Even I always told people in the class, even if your question is, how do you shuffle? That's not, there's no such thing as stupid questions. It's just questions you don't know the answer to. And if I got it, I'm going to give it. So the best way to understand is to probe. So what do you want to know, type of thing. And even if it's something like, how do I shuffle? How many cards do I pick? There is no stupid question. If this is new to you, then it's new to you, and I will help you any way I possibly can. But you got to ask me. Psychic don't mean mind reader. So. Okay, what are we going to eat? Because I'm still fat and I got to feed myself, so. I don't want chips again. You know the real problem. We went to the grocery store. $313. And most of the stuff we bought is in the freezer. It's like, son of a mother. And then you got to wait for stuff to thaw out. And then by the time it thaws out, I ain't in the mood for no cooking. 313, yes. Bought a lot of meat though, so we got. I mean, it's the bad part is when you spend $200 and you can get no meat. We got a bunch. We got a bunch of stuff. So I mean, we don't have to go to the store no time soon. I mean, 0 time soon. I am actually going tomorrow because I want to make a lasagna and I don't have all the stuff, and so I'm gonna do that. But we got tons and tons, and we can feed 2 houses. Because my niece is here, and what we were doing when she first got here was taking her, because she's never been here, so taking her to all the restaurants and all this type of stuff. And that adds up very fast. And so it was like, you know what? No, we need to go and actually cook and stop all this restauranting. We can go once a week, but we can't go every day. And that's what we were doing every day. I did cook yesterday or 2 days ago. I made chicken cordon bleu. And then I made smothered chicken because I thawed out the chicken, or was trying to thaw it out, but it was taking too long. So I went to the store and got chicken breast, even after all that. And then I made the chicken cordon bleu. And then, since the other chicken is still thawing out, I cooked it because it's not good to refreeze it, they say. So I made both of those. And they were actually very good, though. I used brie cheese and prosciutto ham. That's what I used for the chicken cordon bleu. No risotto. No risotto. I need to make that, actually. I got the recipe. I need some other recipes. That's what I need. I got a bunch of pork chops, too, because they were like $5 a pack. That's why we got so many. And the chicken I made before, so I haven't made, this was my first time making smothered chicken, though. But my brother taught me how to make it, or was telling me how to make it, so it went fine. Actually, it went very fine. It's fantastic. But and my niece loved it, too. I made pork chops before that. Those I just, put in the skillet. And I made a elote. That was good, too. I made it my way. I don't use, they call it cream. I don't know what that is. Because it's not cream, because that's too liquidy. Or do they thicken it? I don't know. I don't know how they do it. I use mayo and then put a bunch of, because I don't eat mayonnaise, but I use a bunch of spices in it. You're making pork chops right now? That's what I should do, but they're frozen. Smothered pork chops and onions and rice. This week had no rice. What did we eat with it? Corn and... No, it was rice. It was rice. Because my brother bought jasmine rice. He likes the jasmine rice. Salad, well, you're so healthy. Zoomed out. So I made you eat unhealthy, though, when I came to California. But that's good for you, though. You're the only one of us that didn't gain all the weight during the pandemic. So, and then blame it on the pandemic. See, I don't want to defrost either, because then I have to actually cook it then. Well, I can wait, because I don't need to cook nothing right now. Because mind you, I still got all the mushigas from the other 2 days. So, I mean, we still got smothered chicken, and we still got the piece of chicken cordon bleu in there. So I just don't feel like anything. It's one of those things where you want something to eat, but it ain't in the house. It's that. I'm in that space right now. I want something, but I ain't got it. Yes, Paisley. I want something, but I ain't got it. I don't know what it is, though. That's the sad part. Maybe I'll get a hamburger. There's 14 million hamburger places around here. But it's 7 o'clock and I ain't going nowhere. Unless, see, I can't justify DoorDash anymore. I used the heck out of DoorDash when I was in Pittsburgh because everything was far away. And, I walk everywhere. This is a very, very walkable city that I'm in, like very walkable, not to mention the buses run until midnight, so you have no excuse. And so I can't justify DoorDash because then I got to pay the taxes, this and the service fee, and then the tip on top of that. And it's like, Anything that I would order is down the street. Buffalo Wild Wings, they serve hamburgers. They don't close till midnight. There's a hotel over here that has a restaurant inside of it. They have a hamburger too. They don't close till 9 o'clock. They only open 4 hours though, but they don't close till 9 o'clock. There's a steakhouse down the street that's fantastic. There's a Red Robin down the street. There's a Five Guys down the street. There's a McDonald's across the street from that, but God forbid. And there's 2 sandwich places, 3 sandwich places. There's a biryani if you want Indian food. There is a bagel place. There, all of this is within 1 mile. There's 3 sit-down restaurants. So it's got a BJ's and a something else and a something else. And so there's a Jamba Juice, 2 of them. They're like Starbucks, so they're on every corner here. I can't justify DoorDash when you just get your big fat behind up and walk down the street. Like, should be used to walking. You ever drove nowhere. So, so there you go. Everything is down. Del Taco is down the street. Burger King is right next to Del Taco. And there's a KFC and an A&W thing right next door to that. There's a Sonic drive-through right next door to that. All of that's in 1 mile, mind you. Everything. There's a grocery store, 3 of them. 4 if you include the Krishna grocery store. I'm not an Indian food person. I can't hang them spices. Ooh-wee. They get all in your nose and nostrils. I can't do it. I really can't. I do want to try the biryani, so I might try it one day. I don't know. We'll see. It looks interesting. It's got a bunch of spices in it. And then there's the bagel next to that. Then there's 1, 2, 3, 4 pizza places. 4 pizza places around here. I tried 2 of them though. No, I tried 1 of them. It was horrible. I can't. It wasn't horrible, but it ain't worth going back. I need recipes for pork chops because I need something exciting or different to do with it than just frying it. I mean, that's fine with me, but we just had that. So is this my favorite place that I've lived so far? I would say yes, actually. Outside of Las Vegas. Okay, so the Chinese, we have the Korean barbecue. We actually did a live stream from the Korean barbecue one time. We have a Korean barbecue. We have a Chinese restaurant right next to it. And I don't like either one. So, I mean, the Korean barbecue is not bad. Because we just had bulgogi and it was fine. But the Chinese restaurant was meh at best. We have to go to Portland, Oregon to get better Chinese food. But yeah, there is a couple around here. I live in Oregon. But we had to go into Portland to get Chinese food. I take that back. There is 1, 2, 3, 4. No, they're not Chinese restaurants. And the bulgogi is fine. I won't crap on the bulgogi. I would eat it again. It was fine. It's not something I'm gonna be like, ooh, I just want that bulgogi today. No, ma'am. No. If you gave it to me, I eat it, but don't ask me to go get none. There's a Chinese restaurant right next to it. And down the street from here, around where the Buffalo Wild Wings is, there is a Koi Fusion. Nanette, you know I'm not writing a book yet, but my niece just read your book and she loved it, actually. Mama's Drama. She just read your book, actually, and she loved it. Koi Fusion, there is a Korean something because they sell like Korean. I don't know what that is actually, because they have kimchi and a kimchi quesadilla and a kimchi corn dog, or a Korean corn dog and a kimchi corn dog. So I don't really know what that restaurant really is. So there's that. I ain't been in there and I ain't going either. You said kimchi quesadilla. We can't talk. Mm-mm. I need you to hush altogether. And then there is you can get, there's two places that sell pho. And there is a rush bowl place where you can go get the rush bowls, which is the sherbet with all the garbage on top of it, the nuts and oats and fruit and all that type of stuff. And yes, I think it's on Amazon. It's called Mama's Drama. If I can find a link, I'll put it in there. But everything is over here. Everything is over here. Everything is over here. Okay, I think that's the link. Oh wait, did I hit an extra button? That's the Nanette's book. What else is there? Oh, then there's two more sit down restaurants because we went to them. One called the Thirsty Lion. There's a place called Killer Burger over here too. I didn't mind them the first time I had them. They weren't worth $16 for a hamburger. But the second time I went in, I was having this conversation with myself. To where, because I was watching somebody's video and they were upset at people who leave bad reviews, like a 1-star review because the service was bad, but you like the food. Like, at least give them a 3 because you like the food, you just didn't like the service, or something other than a 1. And then I disagree. I will eat mediocre food if your service is A+. I don't care how good your food is. If your service is an F, I'm not coming back, period. And so that's a big thing for me. And so we went in the Killer Burger this time, and the vibe was wrong. I'll say it that way. And then one of them cheering, it was some child. Oh, I ain't gonna talk bad about the child, but she's still in the middle of her transition. Okay, I'm gonna say it that way because everybody ain't there yet. It takes a while, when you start getting your T shot and all that. It just I just think you need to calm down is all I was saying. Anyway, and so when that child got there, she went in, and I say this because, again, she's still in the middle of her transition. But if you're going to wear a bra, I understand, cis women, that your one boob is bigger than the other, but trans women, you get to choose. Okay, you get to choose. You need to correct your sizes before you leave the house, is all I'm saying. If you're going to be in the middle of your transition, get this part together first. Okay, that's all I'm saying. Anyway, so as soon as that child got there, she went over to the radio and turned it all the way up to where you can hear it outside and you can't hear yourself talk nor think in the inside for a good whole minute. And I'm like, what the is going on in here? And then eventually turned it down. I guess that part of the song she just had to hear extra loud, I guess. I'd play it. I took a video. I'd play it now, but I can't do it now. Because I can't. But it wasn't worth $16. And what I'm not going to do is go a place with bad service. I'll go a place if you got great service and mediocre food, I'll still go. Because I like the service. Like there's a cake store here. It's cake. You can buy it anywhere. But the people are always super nice when you walk in. So get it from them. You know. And then support your mom and pops. And those people are usually nice too. Except there's this one down the street from here is a pastry shop. I walked in. It looked good online because they had, you know, it was like La Tropicana. To the people who went with me. They had it all behind the glass. It was all laid out. It was all nice and full and it looked all nice and everything. So I went in there. It's just down the street. You walk through the door, nobody says nothing. No hi, bye, cat, dog, go to hell, sit down, nothing. Nobody said nothing. Okay, fine. You know, you need to greet the customer when they walk in, I guess. So anyway, so I don't know how things work here. I'm new to this whole establishment, so I didn't know how nothing worked. I saw a child on the other side of the glass. She had a mask on. She was wiping the glass where all the pastries and stuff was. And I'm okay. I thought she was behind the counter is what I thought. So I was waiting for her to look up and then address me and say, do you need something? Do you want something? You want a punch in the face, a glass of water, something? Like, hell, like, say something. And she sprayed and she wiped and then she walked off. And then I look around and I'm like, oh, you can go behind here. Because they got pastries back here too and pastries over here and stuff down this aisle. And okay. I still don't know what to do. I don't know how this works. And then I look over this way. Oh, there's tongs hanging there. And then they got a little sign that says, grab the tongs and give it to the person, the cashier, when you finish with it. Don't hang it back up for sanitary reasons. Okay. So you get the tray, you get your tongs, and you pick all the stuff you want and you put it on this tray. And then you take it to the person at the thing. That's how it works. I figured it out. Well, I'm a little smart. So I figured it out. And then it was $44, $45. Because I wanted a little bit of everything. And they had a bulgogi sausage pastry too. I say pastry, it was croissant rolls and all that type of stuff. And so I got that and took it home. I got a few little dessert items, but most of it was like food items because they had like a spinach and feta croissant roll and sausage croissant roll and that type of stuff. So I got 45. And so I took it home and tasted everything, and everything was nasty. I don't mean it tastes bad. I mean, it was nasty. I mean, I wouldn't feed it to my dog, and I ain't got one. It was nasty because everything was supposed to be savory, but it was in sweet bread. So I got a bulgogi sausage roll. So it had the sausage in there and the bulgogi as a flavoring. So I put that in. It had it in the croissant roll, but the croissant was sweet, like super sweet. And then you got the salty and the savory. I'm not that person. And then the feta and spinach, and you know what feta and spinach taste like, and then that's in sweet bread. I'm like, what the hell did I just pay $45? And every single piece of that went in the trash. Walked in there, didn't nobody say nothing. And mind you, back up. Let's edit back, push rewind on your Blockbuster video before you return it, please. Back up on this story. I walked in and the child cleaning the glass, she didn't say nothing to me. Walked off and was doing something else, wiping down walls and say nothing on that wall. Girl, what you doing? So she walking around. Then the manager, I guess, I don't know, he was towering over everybody. So he came around, and then there's another little girl come around. 3 people walked around me, but then nobody say nothing. One of them stood behind me, like, am I going to steal the sausage? Is that what you think I'm about to do? Like, why are you standing over me and not saying anything? Here's one thing we teach you in loss prevention. Engagement is one of the deterrents of loss prevention. You standing over me don't do nothing. But you say, hi, how you doing? You can find everything okay? Now you know I see you. That's part of loss prevention. Now you know I see you. I know your presence is in my store, not just you walking around. All of them. No. And that's another thing. Wasn't nobody in there but me. And another man came in. They didn't say nothing to him either. He walked up to the counter. Hey, can I get, he got a coffee or something like that. And then they asked him, you know, you want the this and the that and the this and the that. And they didn't say nothing to him either. Like I'm standing there. They just walking around. They walked around me like the merry-go-round. There was 3 of them. I'm like, what the hell is going on? Do you want one of these? Is that what you want me to get you one? Is that why you standing over me? Jesus, Christian. And I'd say anybody, if I'm in the line and you standing right behind me, either you gonna climb in my pocket or you gonna help me pay for some of this stuff. Why is you this close behind me? Yeah, and that's probably why everything tastes like Lysol, because but I ain't going back. I bet you that. I bet you I ain't going back. I bet you that. So there she goes. Tous les jours. That's what it was called. Tous les jours. No, they were not white. They were, the girl cleaning the glass was white. The other two was something else. Racially ambiguous, but they weren't African Americans. They were something else. He looked Indian. I don't know what the other little girl was. But didn't nobody say nothing? Well, no, back up. The cashier, she said hi when I got to the counter. Nobody else said nothing. Right. And it was not good. I didn't like anything. And I got some little dessert things. So I got an orange cream cake. I don't even know what that was. I had Wendy's food. They cared more about their glass than they did their customers. I bet you that glass is clean. I bet you I won't go back. That's all right. They've probably been there since the 60s. They don't need my little $45. It's another little restaurant over there too I want to try. So I'll go back that way, just not to them. I went to another place. It was an ale house. Now, I don't drink, but they serve, regular American food, hamburgers, even though hamburgers ain't American, but that type of stuff. Burgers and chicken fingers and all that. And so I go in there, and my Monte Cristo sandwich was 1,000 times better than it. I go in there in this ale house, and they had just opened maybe 20, 30 minutes ago. So I go in there. There's 2 people sitting at the bar. So when you walk in, the bar is like right there. There's 2 people sitting there. They eating already. And there's a man going in and out the kitchen door. And so I'm standing there at the door because I don't see any sign that says sit down or sit yourself down or wait to be seated, so I don't know. So I'm just standing there. And the road runner, he's going in and out the door. Nobody says nothing. He don't say nothing to me. I don't expect the 2 people sitting there eating to say, hey, how you doing? Because they look like customers, but he's talking to them like he knows them because they're having a personal conversation. So I don't know if they're all on the clock and they just having breakfast before, like the people at the Five Guys do that. They'll eat before they open the door because I walked in one time and they weren't really open. And so They sitting there, and he running back and forth. I don't know what you're running back and forth. You ain't cooking for nobody. Ain't nobody in here. So I walk in. Again, nobody say nothing. Hi, bye, cat, dog, go to hell, sit down, nothing. I'm like, okay. Okay. Am I going to sit here stand here or lean over? Do I cough a squat and cough? What do you want me to do here? So I left. I figured 4 minutes was enough to stand in the doorway and nobody say nothing. So I was like, okay, so I guess y'all don't serve people food on Thursdays. So let me get out of here then. Oh, well, that's how we do. Bye, Stephanie. Good night. Good night, Teresa. So there's that. My many adventures. But the service here is, I will say, it hasn't been disappointing. So that's not a common occurrence, I will say. We had one. Now there was this one child at the hotel that has a restaurant in it. It was just me and one other guy in there. I was getting mine to go. He was staying at the hotel, so I guess he was going to see and sit and eat there. But I was getting mine to go. That man who was waiting on the tables, I guess he was trying to audition for the role of Jesus. He was so darn nice. I said, I'm about to put him in my pocket and take him to the house. Like, he was super nice. And I'm like, see, this is what and then the hamburger was So what am I going to eat? I don't know. I don't know. Hopes and dreams, I guess. Am I in Northern or Southern California? I am in Oregon. I am in Oregon. About 30 miles away from Portland, Oregon. No, that woman is she, I mean, you know what? She can save a child from a burning building and I will still hate her because she's not a very nice person. So everything she does bothers me. Everything. Because I'm going to blame her for not putting out the fire as well as saving the kids. She's stomping around now. You know, toast in peanut butter and jelly doesn't sound bad. Toasted bagel and cream cheese sound even better, and I got both of those. That sounds good. She can't eat toast for dinner. I can, but yes, just to know she breathes bothers me. I tell you right now, if she fell down them steps, yelled for help, I wouldn't hear her. I really wouldn't. Like, ooh, girl, I'm deaf. What's happening? What's wrong? Call 911. Do you know the number? I can't figure it out. Did the 9 come first, or do you want to put, is it 191? 9? What's the number to 911? I don't know. That's mean. I don't know it. Dial 411 information, and then ask the people from information, what's the number to 911, and then I'll call. 911, what's your emergency, girl? I don't know. I ain't got one. They just asked me to call. How you doing today? You doing all right? I know this is a hard job. You doing okay? I'm going to pray for you. Bow your head. Dear Lord, Sally at the 911 dispatcher is having a hard time with this job. I want you to sit by. Ease or comfort, Jesus. Ease or give us some comfort. That's what you need to do. Give us some comfort, Jesus. In Jesus' name, I shout out those shout. Yes. Amen. Yep. That's what we're going to do. And then she's still on the ground. Girl, you going to get up off that ground. You know, it's dirty down there. You like dirt? Go and get you a taste. Dirt ain't going to kill you. The air might, but that dirt is all right. You be all right. Who push you down there? Benny Hinn, he sure is special. Don't let him push you. Don't be pushed around by no man. And your mama ain't told you nothing. Y'all mean. Y'all be doing that, ain't me? I'm going to have water and bread. It's called the, good night, David. It's called the Trump diet. That's what that's what we're going to have in a few months. Water and bread. Because all of the KKK in prison going to take his meat. They don't like orange people. Saltines and milk. We'll find something to eat. I don't know what, though. I really don't. Is there ketchup in prison? Oh. Let's see. Let me comb the cabinets in my mind. See, but I got stuff to eat. I just don't want it. Because I've been eating it for 2 days. And I'm over it. These glasses are tight on my head. Is my head too big? These fit looser. Bagels, I think bagels sound good. Now, mind you, I bought the bagels for my niece, so they ain't even mine. I only eat up all her bagels, but she got 2 packs. You know, I don't have my food cards. That's what I should have done. But here's the thing, though. It has to be in this house because I ain't going nowhere. It's 8 o'clock now, and so I've been too much yapping. Although Buffalo Wild Wings is like 2 minutes down the street. They try to tip you to death, though. They love some tips. I'm like, who am I tipping? This ain't the person cooking. You're just pushing the buttons. They have a carry-out fee. So if you order it, they have a carry-out. You know what? I like grilled cheese, but the cheese I have is salty when you put it in the grilled cheese. Because I thought about that too. Soup. I can have soup. Yeah, soup. Maybe I'll take the chicken and cut the chicken. I have chicken stock too. I can take the chicken stock and then I can thicken it up too. And then I can put some chicken and vegetables in it and boom, there you go. Yes, you have to pay to come pick it up. A carry-out fee. If you order it in there, then there's no carry-out fee, but there is a tip screen. They want a tip. Everybody's got a tip screen here. But there's a carry-out fee if you order online. I think it's 98 cents or something like that. But it's still, it's still early, technically. A lot of places don't close till 10. The Subway sandwich place is open 24 hours, believe it or not. which I can't go to Subway because I can't justify paying for sandwiches, especially since Subway is right next door to the grocery store. I'm not paying you for no sandwich. Exactly. Don't have carry-out fees. Carry-out fee. Oh no, Karen. You feel better. As I say, don't say get well soon, get well now. Chicken salad. Oh, on the bagel. Shut your face. That sounds better right there. See, I knew we'd find out. I got all the stuff I need to. That's the way to do. I'll use the chicken cordon bleu because the smothered chicken is wet and it's covered in smother sauce. I'll use the chicken cordon bleu because it's dry. I'll use that. I'll chop it up. I don't want to put it in the blender because I over blend it a lot of times. And so I tested positive for students. I'll do that. That sounds fantastic, actually. I'll put some Parmesan too, because it's less salty than the other cheese I got. Okay. Well, we almost been on 3 hours, so we'll wait 9 minutes, and then I'll go be less starvy in the kitchen. Send you one. I don't know about that. Sharing is for children. So I knew about that. So we'll see. I think that's a good one. I'm not going to do the bagel, though. I think I'll just do regular bread, though. Because I don't have to toast the regular bread. I have to toast the bagel, otherwise it's just chewy, gummy bread. Santos invented bagels. That's what they say. Oh, Lord. George Santos, help Jesus carry the cross. Y'all play too much. I'm going to try to take a trip to North Carolina this summer. So hopefully everything goes well. Well, everything goes to plan. Everything will go well with the trip. But everything goes to plan. And they definitely have to be toasted. And then I'll be there for however long. To Charlotte. I'm going to my niece's house where she just moved. Don't ask me where. I forget. It's not Charlotte, though, because I remember that. Newburgh. That's where she lives. So that's where I'm going. Try this summer. When she gets, or this spring, I don't know. When she gets settled. And whenever she gets settled, then I'll go. That should be fun. I'm happy she moved, though. I'm glad she wanted to, above all else. I have 4 nieces and 2 great nieces and 1 great nephew and 1 nephew. And I think he got cheering too. I just don't know how boys are. But yeah, I have 4 nieces. One's in college, one's in the living room, one's in Oklahoma still, one's in North Carolina. But they all want to move, which I'm happy about because their mother does not. And so it's nice that they want to see the world and want to experience the world and all that. Yeah, there's one in the living room painting. I'm like, girl, you know I can't draw. I'll paint one thing with you, but all the rest of this is yours. So she's painting and reading her books. We got a bunch of sold tickets to the crucifixion. We got a bunch of books about space and the earth. And so when she's done reading, I'm going to read. I find that stuff fascinating. So we got Neil deGrasse Tyson's book too. 2 of them, actually. So chicken salad it is. I got crackers too. I can do crackers and chicken salad. So I can make a bunch of it because I can have options. You know, it's breadcrumbs. I can scrape it off though. I don't really care for breadcrumbs, but the recipe says you have to put it on there, but I'm really a breadcrumbs person. We donated. Consult Mary. Yes, okay. Mary, did you know? Oh, Lord Santos. Somebody take him, please. Ivanka, come get your son. Not Ivanka. What's the other one? What's the other one? Ivana. She's the dead one. Oh, that's mean to say, but she came out wrong. That's all. But it's the truth. She's the deceased one. I always hate when they put people famed like Betty White dead at 99. Let's say dead. Say died. It sounds nicer than dead. Just so dismissive. So she's the one that passed away. Ivana, come get your son. They all gotta be related. Gotta be. He act just like him. He lied when he even got to. Like, oh, it's a nice day today. Yeah, because I made it. I know you did. I know you did. The sun is your invention. That child is something else. You don't even have to lie, and you do it anyway. Quit knocking stuff down, Jesus. Oh, we're knocking something over. Okay, so we got 1 minute and 45 seconds. And then, I did all my questions. Had Weaselberg, will he cooperate? Mitch McConnell and Scott. Who was his name? Rick Scott? Tim Scott? Which Scott is he? I switched it about 20 minutes ago. These squeeze the crap out of my head because my head is gigantic. And then these are not so much. Rick Scott, Tim Scott, I don't know. But that's the other 2 questions I had. So I have no more questions. And so I can't do no more live streams because I did all my questions. Felicia Scott, there it is. I knew we'd get it. Skeletor. Get it up again. Jules Dermont put you in timeout if you wasn't a moderator. You're going to stop it. You're going to stop today. Oh, Lord. Rick Scott. There you go. Thank you. I know it's somebody, Scott. Okay. So I guess I'll see y'all Sunday then, because I ain't got no more questions. Those are all my questions. I did 25 today, so we covered a little ground, some frivolousness, as it were. Showed off the new deck. And so I'll see y'all Sunday. I mean, if we pop up live the next time, then, I mean, you feel free to stay around if you want to, but it'll be a shoot the breeze live because I'm tired of the news. I'm going to go detox, watch something stupid. Oh, you know what I've been watching? Okay, wait, I ain't going to work just yet. You know what I've been watching? I'm going after this, though. I do promise I'm going after. I've been watching a bunch of cooking shows, and I don't know why I don't have ideas for things to cook. But everybody's got a cooking thing on YouTube, and I've been watching the crap out of that. But I've been watching people review food, too, and I've been enjoying that a lot. Even though it's probably bad, but I enjoy people's food reviews when they don't like the food. Anyway, I'll see y'all Sunday, if not beforehand. So, church videos bursting into flames in this house. That was special. But see, I watched anyway because I was poking fun, so I was being ugly. That's what. Wait a minute. Where's the phone? Where's the phone? Okay, I don't even know what video that was. Is this the one? Wait, shh. Mute. I'm trying to find it. I don't know if that's it. I don't think it is. Lord Jesus Christ. There was one video where this man had the weirdest preaching cadence I have ever heard in my life, and I can't find the video now. But if I do, I'm gonna show you. I'm sure it's in here because I watched it way too many times. This might be it. This is a Southern goodbye where you say bye, but you don't really mean it because. Okay. 2:35. Wait a minute. I got it. Wait a minute. 2:35. 2:35. History. This. Okay, let me see if this will play. If I drag it into here. Okay. There it is. All right, can I play it from here or do I got to go back? I got to go back over there. Hopefully y'all can hear it.
I want to take my...
Oh. Can y'all hear it or could you hear it? Because my mute is not muted. I can't hear it because my thing ain't on. Okay, y'all can hear it. So y'all the only one need to hear it. But okay, let me back it up then.
my time and teach you.
Amen.
You see, a lot of you used to go in a church and someone play the organ and the preacher just make a bunch of noise like he's in an auction place. Organ play behind him, he's breathing. You understand that? Oh, shut up.
Amen.
God's church supposed to be an institution of learning.
That's right.
Not tomorrow. Not tomorrow. Not tomorrow. Oh, shut up.
Amen.
So wait a minute. This is the link. This is the link in case you want to watch the whole video, because it's a whole bunch of clips. Just like that. I fell down the rabbit hole and I watched like 3 of them back to back. One of them, anyway, there's the clip. I was like, what is he even doing? What the hell's happening? Anyway, I'm going for real. That's worse than the screaming preaching the prayer handkerchief. Okay, I'm going for real this time. Now I got mascara on my glasses again. I can't see. Okay. So again, if I come up with another live stream, we'll see. But other than that, I'll see y'all Sunday. Bye-bye.